Have you ever woken up, and just felt off? Not sick, not in pain, just off. You sit up in bed, your joints creak a little more than usual, your mind feels like it's still stuck in sleep mode, and for a split second, you wonder, is this just what getting older feels like now? You glance at the clock, and it's already late. You shuffle to the kitchen, maybe pour a cup of coffee or warm up yesterday's toast, but it's like you're moving in slow motion. And deep down, a little voice whispers, is this it? Is this my new normal? If that sounds familiar, please listen closely. Because what if I told you that it doesn't have to be that way? What if I told you that there's something small, something simple, you can add to your morning that could change everything? Not just how you feel today. Not just your energy or your focus. But your actual future. Yes, you heard that right. There's one powerful thing. One natural, science-backed addition you can make to your morning routine, that's been linked to living up to 20 extra years. And no, it's not some fancy supplement or a miracle cure. It's not extreme exercise or a complicated diet. It's something real, something doable, something your future self will thank you for. And today, we're going to talk about exactly what that is. We're going to break down why it works, how to start doing it tomorrow morning, and most importantly, how it can help you feel stronger, sharper, and more alive, no matter your age. Because your later years, they're not just something to survive. They're something to truly live. So, if you're ready to take back your mornings, if you're ready to feel more like you again, if you're ready to fight back against aging, not with fear, but with simple, powerful choices, then stay with me. This just might be the video that changes everything. Comment, I'm ready, below if you're in. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips for more videos that help you live longer, stronger, and with a whole lot more peace of mind. Let's get started. Let me tell you about John. John's 70. He's retired, he's always been sharp, and for most of his life, he's kept things simple. His mornings were sacred, just a cup of coffee and 2 slices of toast. Same routine every day for years. But then, something started to change. At first, it was just small things. Misplacing his glasses. Forgetting names he used to recall instantly. Feeling bloated or uncomfortable after breakfast, even though he was eating the same thing as always. He chalked it up to age. That's just how it goes after 65, he'd say with a shrug. But deep down, he didn't feel like himself. And he knew something was off. Then one day, his daughter suggested something different. Not a new pill. Not a big overhaul. Just a tiny shift in his morning routine. She told him about the link between gut health and brain health, something called the gut-brain axis. See, your gut isn't just where food goes. It's where messages are sent. It's where your mood begins. It's where your immunity lives. And yes, it's where your brain gets a surprising amount of its fuel and feedback. We often forget that your gut is like a second brain. It has over 100 million nerve cells, and it talks to your actual brain all the time. So, when your gut is out of balance, even just a little, you can start to feel cloudy, sluggish, anxious, even forgetful. Not because you're aging, but because your gut microbiome, the tiny universe of bacteria inside you, is struggling to keep up. John made one small change. He added a spoonful of plain yogurt to his breakfast, with live cultures. Some days he'd switch it up with a small glass of kefir, a fermented milk drink loaded with probiotics. Within a few weeks, he felt clearer. Lighter. His digestion smoothed out. His brain fog began to lift. And those little memory slips, they didn't happen nearly as often. And no, it wasn't magic. It was microbiology. Because when you feed your gut the right kind of bacteria in the morning, you're not just helping your stomach, you're waking up your entire body and mind. Now here's the thing most people get wrong, they think gut health is only about avoiding heartburn or constipation. But it's about so much more than that. Your gut affects how well you sleep. It affects your energy. It even plays a role in your immune system, your emotional balance, and how quickly you recover from illness. So, if your mornings are feeling dull, if your thoughts feel a little slower, if you're feeling more tired even after a full night's sleep, it might be time to take a closer look at your gut. And the fix? It's easy. It doesn't require a doctor or a new prescription. Just try this. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for the toast or the coffee, add a few spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt, or a shot of kefir, or even a bit of sauerkraut or kimchi, if you're feeling adventurous. These fermented foods are rich in natural probiotics, good bacteria that help reset your digestive system and, in turn, support your brain. It's simple. It's natural. And it might be the missing link between how you feel now, and how you want to feel for the next 20 years. But gut health isn't the only hidden key to better mornings. There's something else, another habit that's just as simple, but deeply powerful. It doesn't just soothe your joints and calm inflammation. It also helps your heart, your brain, and even your skin. Let's talk about it. Let me introduce you to Margaret. She's 68, recently retired, and like a lot of us, she loved her morning orange juice. It was a habit from years ago: wake up, pour a glass, sit by the window, and ease into the day. But over time, she started waking up with more aches. Her knees were stiff. Her hands a little swollen. And she just didn't have the same spark in the mornings. She figured it was just part of getting older. But her neighbor, an energetic 82-year-old who still tended to her garden every day, shared a little tip. "Try swapping that juice for green tea," she said. "It changed my mornings." Now, Margaret was skeptical. I mean, how much difference could a little tea really make? But she gave it a shot. Within a couple of weeks, something shifted. Her stiffness eased. Her energy picked up. She even noticed her mind felt sharper, and her mood a little more peaceful. It turns out there's science behind this. Green tea isn't just warm water with a nice flavor. It's packed with something powerful, polyphenol, and in particular, EGCG, a compound known to reduce inflammation, protect cells from damage, and slow down the aging process. That's not hype. It's been studied in people who live in some of the world's longest living regions, like Okinawa and parts of China. These communities often drink multiple cups of green tea daily, and they show lower rates of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. What makes green tea especially helpful for those of us over 65 is how gently it works. Unlike coffee, which can raise your blood pressure, increase anxiety, or even upset your stomach, green tea delivers a calm kind of energy. It wakes you up. But without the crash. Now, don't get me wrong. Coffee has its place. But for some older adults, especially those with high blood pressure, heart issues, or trouble sleeping, it may do more harm than good. That's where green tea, or even a warming herbal tonic, like turmeric tea, can be a real gift. Turmeric, for example, is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories we know of. And when combined with a little black pepper or ginger, it helps reduce joint pain, support brain health, and even protect against memory loss. And here's the key: you don't need to drink a bucketful. Just one warm cup, after breakfast, can make a world of difference. No sugar, no syrups, just the real thing. Try this tomorrow morning: boil some water, steep a green tea bag, or brew a turmeric herbal blend, and take 10 quiet minutes to sip it slowly. Let your body ease into the day. Not with a jolt, but with strength and steadiness. It's a small change. But like Margaret, you may be surprised how quickly your body responds when you give it what it truly needs. And here's something most people never think about: the real secret to aging well isn't about drastic changes. It's about gentle, consistent habits that support your body's natural rhythm. So now that we've talked about rebooting your gut and calming your inflammation, let's take a look at something even more subtle. Something so many people miss, but that could quietly be the key to longevity. Let's talk about Bill. Bill's 72, a retired schoolteacher. He's active, he loves reading, and he's always believed in keeping his mind sharp. But physically, he just felt off most mornings. He'd wake up feeling stiff. His energy was low. His digestion was unpredictable. Some days he'd even skip breakfast because his stomach just didn't feel right. He thought he was doing everything right. Eating well, taking his vitamins, even walking every evening. But there was one thing he wasn't doing. Hydrating. First thing in the morning. See, Bill used to wait until he felt thirsty, usually sometime around lunch, before drinking much water. And by then, his body had already been running on empty for hours. Then a friend mentioned a simple change: try drinking warm water with lemon right when you wake up. At first, it sounded too basic to matter. But Bill figured, why not? He started each day with a mug of warm water, just enough to sip slowly, with the juice of half a lemon squeezed in. That's it. Nothing fancy. And you know what happened? His digestion improved. That weird heaviness in his gut? Gone. His skin looked healthier. He started feeling more energized, and not just in his body, but in his mind, too. And the best part? It happened within days, not months. There's science behind this. After sleeping all night, your body is slightly dehydrated. That means your brain, your muscles, your joints, even your organs, are running below full capacity first thing in the morning. And when you start your day with coffee, juice, or nothing at all, you're skipping over the one thing your body is begging for: water. Now, why lemon in warm water? Lemon gives your system a gentle boost. It's rich in vitamin C, helps flush out toxins, and actually supports your liver and digestion. Warm water, not cold. Helps wake up your internal organs without shocking them. It soothes the digestive tract and gets everything moving gently, the way nature intended. And let's clear up a big misunderstanding here: you don't wait until you're thirsty to drink water. Thirst is a sign that you're already dehydrated. By the time you feel it, your body's already playing catch-up. And for older adults, that lag in hydration can affect everything, from memory and blood pressure to energy and mood. So, here's the hydration hack: tomorrow morning, before coffee, before food, before even checking your phone, pour yourself a mug of warm water. Squeeze in half a fresh lemon, just that. No sugar, no tea bags, no extras. Sit down, take a breath, and drink it slowly. Let it wake you up from the inside out. It's not a gimmick. It's not a trend. It's one of the easiest, most natural ways to support your body, especially after 65. Hydration isn't just about drinking more water throughout the day. It's about drinking it at the right time, in the right way. And now that you've got your gut reset, your inflammation under control, and your body rehydrated, let's shift gears for a moment. Because what you drink in the morning is powerful. But what you think, what you tell yourself as the day begins, that might just be the most powerful force of all. Now let me tell you about Elaine. She's 73, a retired nurse, and a proud grandmother of 5. Every morning, she'd wake up to a flood of information: texts, news alerts, emails. Even before she got out of bed, her mind was already racing. She'd sit at the table with her breakfast, already anxious about the world. And that anxiety, it carried into her whole day. Her sleep got worse, her blood pressure crept up, and she just felt worn out. Then she heard something simple that changed her life: try 3 minutes. Just 3. Not an hour of meditation. Not silence in a dark room. Just 3 minutes, right at the start of the day, to sit still, breathe, and reset her mind before the outside world rushed in. So, she gave it a shot. She woke up, sat in her chair, closed her eyes, and just breathed. Slowly. Intentionally. She whispered to herself, I am healthy. I am grateful. Today is a gift. At first, it felt strange, like, could something this quick actually help? But day after day, it started working. Elaine noticed she wasn't as tense. Her shoulders relaxed. Her thoughts weren't spinning out of control. She smiled more. She felt more grounded, present. And that one tiny shift. It rippled into everything else. Her meals tasted better. Her sleep deepened. She stopped reaching for her phone first thing. She stopped letting the world dictate her mood before she even got dressed. There's powerful science behind this. Researchers have found that just a few minutes of daily mindfulness, whether it's breathwork, gratitude, or a calming affirmation, can actually lower cortisol, the hormone that floods your body when you're stressed. Lower cortisol means better sleep, steadier energy, even a stronger immune system. And get this, some studies have shown that consistent mindfulness practices may actually help lengthen telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA. Longer telomeres have been linked to longer life and healthier aging. So no, it's not just in your head. This is about the biology of aging well. Now, a common misconception is that mindfulness has to be some kind of deep spiritual practice. That you need candles, soft music, or hours of sitting still. But the truth? 3 intentional minutes can be enough. Here's how you can try it tomorrow, right after your lemon water, before breakfast, before the phone, before the news. Sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply, and exhale slowly. Do this 3 times. Then say something kind to yourself, I am strong. I am calm. Today, I choose peace. You don't need to believe it at first. Just say it. Let your nervous system catch up. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. Because what we think in those first few moments after waking sets the tone for the entire day. And for those of us over 65, those mornings matter more than ever. They're a window into how we feel, how we move, how we live. So now we've covered the body, gut health, inflammation, hydration. We've touched the mind. Stress, presence, peace. And now, we arrive at something powerful. The final habit. The one thing that ties it all together. And believe me, it's not a pill. It's not a gadget. But it just might be the biggest game changer of all. Let me introduce you to Carlos. Carlos is 66. He'd just retired from his job as a bus driver and was finally ready to enjoy a slower pace. But he found himself sitting more, moving less, and over time, the weight crept on. Not just around the belly, but in his mind, too. He felt sluggish. Foggy. A little down. His doctor didn't see anything alarming, but Carlos didn't feel like himself anymore. Then one morning, almost on a whim, he stepped outside. Just a short walk. 15 minutes around his neighborhood. The air was cool, the sun had just risen, and for the first time in a while, he felt awake. So, he did it again the next day. And the next. 2 weeks later, he noticed his jeans fit better. 3 weeks in, he was sleeping deeper. By the end of the month, he wasn't just moving more, he was thinking more clearly. He didn't change his whole life. He just started walking each morning. Simple as that. And Carlos? He'll tell you now that it's the most important habit he's ever started. There's real science behind why this works so well, especially for those of us over 65. First, sunlight. Getting sunlight in the early morning triggers your body's natural production of vitamin D. And vitamin D? It's not just for bones. Though it does help keep them strong, which is crucial for preventing falls. It also plays a major role in immune health, inflammation control, and even mood regulation. Sunlight also helps reset your circadian rhythm, that's your body's internal clock. So if you're struggling with sleep, getting outside between 7 and 10 a.m. might be the most natural sleep aid there is. Now, let's talk about the walk itself. You don't need to power walk. You don't need special shoes. You don't even need a destination. What matters is the movement. Gentle, consistent, daily movement. A 15-minute walk in the morning increases blood circulation, helps lubricate your joints, wakes up your muscles, and even supports brain function by improving oxygen flow. And here's the part no one talks about, walking in the morning also gives you a moment to be with yourself. No screens. No noise. Just your breath, your steps, and the sound of the world waking up with you. Now, here's a common trap people fall into. They think, if I can't do 30 minutes, why bother? Or, I'm too stiff. I'll just rest instead. But the truth is, you don't need a perfect routine. Just walk to the end of your street and back. Or around your garden. Or up and down your driveway. Even 5 minutes is a win. But 15? That's the sweet spot. Start small. Be consistent. Let the morning air greet your skin and your lungs. And let your body thank you, day after day. Because this isn't about exercise, it's about vitality. So now, you've got a healthy gut, starting your day off balanced. A warm, anti-inflammatory cup that supports your heart. Hydration that energizes your cells from the inside out. A calm, focused mind that's ready for the day. And a body that's moving, breathing, and soaking in sunlight. These aren't gimmicks. They aren't trendy fads. They are timeless, natural, and doable, even on your hardest days. But now, let's zoom out. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. What happens when you combine all these small habits into one powerful morning ritual? That's where the real transformation begins. Getting older can feel like losing control. Like things are slipping, slowly, quietly, right under your nose. Your memory doesn't feel as sharp. Your energy fades faster than it used to. Some mornings, even getting out of bed feels like climbing a hill that wasn't there yesterday. And for a lot of people over 65, it's easy to believe the story that this is just what aging is. That this is the chapter where things wind down. Where you stop trying new things. Where you accept discomfort as normal. But here's the truth, every single morning, you have a choice. A real, powerful choice. You can wake up and give your body what it's silently asking for. You can nourish your mind. Move your limbs. Hydrate your cells. You can choose to add life to your years, even if you can't change the number of years. Because these small, consistent habits, they're not about pretending you're 25 again. They're about reclaiming your rhythm. Your sense of clarity. Your daily joy. Think about it this way. Instead of waking up worried about decline, what if you woke up thinking about what you're building? You're building stronger bones with sunlight. You're building sharper thinking through gut health and hydration. You're building resilience in your heart, physically and emotionally. And you're building peace, a quiet strength, through just 3 mindful minutes. That's not slowing down. That's living fully. And it doesn't take a full makeover. It starts with a few easy steps. So tonight, do something small that your future self will thank you for. Lay out your walking shoes by the door. Put a lemon on the counter, next to your favorite mug. Set a sticky note where you'll see it in the morning that says, "Today, I choose health. I choose life." Let tomorrow be day 1. Not of a diet. Not of a big, scary change. Just day 1 of a gentler, more powerful rhythm. A rhythm that works with your body, not against it. Because you're not too old. You're not too late. You are not behind. In fact, you're in the perfect chapter to rewrite the story. A chapter that says, I know what I need. I know how to care for myself. And I'm not done growing. I'm just getting better. This morning routine isn't just about years, it's about the quality of those years. It's about waking up with more clarity, more energy, and more peace than you thought possible. And if you take one thing from this video, let it be this: you still have time to thrive. And every single morning, you get another chance to prove it to yourself. So, let's bring it all together. To recap, tomorrow morning, you don't need to overhaul your life. Just remember these 5 powerful steps: add a probiotic food, like plain yogurt or a spoonful of kefir, to support your gut and your brain. Sip a cup of green tea or a soothing herbal tonic to fight inflammation and fuel longevity. Rehydrate your entire system with warm lemon water, your body's gentle wake-up call. Take just 3 mindful minutes to set the tone for your day, because your thoughts shape your health. And step outside for a short, easy walk in the morning sun, to strengthen your bones, lift your mood, and remind your body that you're still alive and kicking. These might sound simple, but they are not small. They're life-giving. They're powerful. And together, they might just add 20 extra years, not just of time, but of clarity, peace, and vitality. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these morning habits do you already do, and which one are you most excited to try tomorrow? Go ahead, scroll down and leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Even a one-word comment helps us all feel like we're in this together. And hey, if this video made you pause, reflect, or smile, subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Tips. This channel is a growing community of people, just like you, who are choosing to age with strength, clarity, and dignity. Every day, I share practical tools, simple routines, and powerful insights to help you take better care of your body, your mind, and your future. So hit that subscribe button and join us. You belong here. And before we go, I just want to say this: thank you. Thank you for giving yourself this time. Thank you for choosing to learn. And thank you for caring enough to make tomorrow even just a little better than today. Stay strong. Stay curious. And remember, it's never too late to add something beautiful to your life. I'll see you in the next video.